If you like these videos and want more, remember to like and subscribe. Likes get this video pushed up in suggested videos listings. The more views these videos get, the more builds I can do in future videos. As always, thanks for watching. This video is longer than the rest, so sorry in advance. I did two critical huge parts in this video. Cutting the jug to fit the 80cc bottom half. Piston conversion kind of overlap on another to get both parts completed. Motorized Bicycle MS460 Build. Part 6. Cylinder matching and piston conversion.
Alright, so we're gonna get this and the jug and all that stuff. Alright, so this is an old screwdriver. I used this last time. I'll explain why in a minute. So here's our jug. I'm going to take my little 3D printed spacer. I'm going to clip that in. Come on. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I want the exhaust forward. Alright, now that was the side to align it with. Let's see. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Alright, yeah, I'm going by the case, the back edge of that one side, because it's really straight to how it was last time. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this with this nice little point. I'm going to drop it down the hole. Make sure it doesn't move. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Alright, let's see what we got. But yeah, these are really close. So, let's see. So I was told on an 80cc you could bang out the holes. And apparently they're very close to the edge, so I don't feel too hot about that. Alright, so now it gets fun. So I marked these. I really don't like them, even on the ones that are not close. I'm going to end up hitting bolts and stuff. So I don't know what kind of PK80 bottom people were using with these, but yeah. So here is the game plan. Just like that. I'm going to set this up on the mill, and it's going to plunge through. I actually made these slightly smaller, but just for my own reference here. But anyways, yeah, we're going to line this up and we're going to cut this pattern. Now I made this just so I can see what the heck's going on here. Let's see if this should fit perfectly. There we go. And let's see where we're at. Oh, that's much better. That's going to be definitely a better fit. At least I hope, you know. We'll find out. If I can cut this thing. This could be a epic failure here. Alright, so there's my template. Let's get it in place. Come on. we go. Okay. Let's see. That's about right. Alright. So I don't know how people were saying motorized bicycle studs either, because there's just no way, no matter what you do. Alright, so when we do this now, my bolts will be in this area, that one. So we're good. We're definitely good like this. Definitely got enough meat. So we're going to, I got a flat spot on here that's perfect to this. So we're gonna put this in, tram it out, get it ready to roll. It's 8.5 millimeter sticks. We're going 9 just to bypass it. We should have more than enough room at 3 inches for one of the Allen head screws. So I think it's gonna be good. Let's give it a go. Hey, you never know. Alright guys, so yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Just making, double checking. So I've got hole A right where it starts. We're gonna cut one. Pray to God to got one shot, one deal. Let's hope nothing goes wrong. I'll load up some G-code. We're gonna get this rolling, and hopefully we have some good cuts in this, where it doesn't like fly off and break or something awesome like that. All right. Alright, so I had almost worst case scenario go on here. My controller had an error up in there, and what happened, it wanted to draw this pattern down here. After it did the, oh my god, I don't know. So all I did was put it to where it needed to be, got it set, and did it by hand manually. So it's gonna have to work. This isn't as bad as it looks. It's cut correctly, but it made a thing towards this edge because it thought it was cutting that hole. There was a hiccup in the controller, and I think it's because it's so damn hot. It's 101 degrees out here. I got a fan blowing, industrial, everything, and I think it's just too damn hot. It overheated. So did it manually. This should work. You know, hey, here's what it is. This could have went really bad though, so I lucked out. I'm gonna pull this off and we'll see how this goes. So I'm checking it out, and I think we're actually pretty damn good here. All 3 of the holes I did manually went. The one that was CNC that screwed up is definitely gonna clear. So it's a little ugly, but I mean it's underneath. So these don't look bad. That's perfect. Alright, so they're all moved in now. I got them where I'm going to put them. I think we're good. I'm going to use all Allen head bolts. And we'll just see how this goes. But, Jesus, that was a process. It's not bad. The one looks like it's ovally, but that's just because it took off the one side. I don't know. It is so hot right now. I think the controller just overheated. So we're going to give that a cool down. I got to do stuff with it later. We'll do it. But right now it's just so freaking hot out here. Alright. Making my line. Woof. Alright. Knocked my camera over. Oy. This thing is nothing's cooperating today. I swear to God, it's like one problem after another. Alright. So I got that cleaned up. It's not bad. See where we're at here. So the end result we want, well, we'll flip this, because those are still dirty. It worked perfect. This is going to work great. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put this in. We have to, we have to grind a nice round edge on these. So we're going to do that next. Alright, so we're going to make that nice and flat here. Just going to flap this quick. Want to get any rough edges though. Alright. That'll work. Put that on the end. Not bad. Alright. You're going to want to use a file for this part. How do I want to go? Oh, shit, I'm unplugging myself here. Alright. No. Which way is this light? This way. Yeah, that should be it. remember, if there's an edge in here on the inside, you got to take that off, or it'll chew everything up. Take that out, give you a look. Alright, so I got the end, I got it beveled inside and on the outside, just like they do with the factory one. Alright. So well, we got all that. I don't want to move the lathe yet, but now you can see what we're doing here. There's the two stainless washers, there's the motorized bicycle pin we just cut, and there's the stock one. So we're going to fill that piston full amount. Next we're going to make the spacers. Now this is really important. This stuff is surgical grade capillary tube for scientific use. So that means this outside diameter, inside diameter are perfect. We're using a 12mm outside, 10mm inside, and these are so snug it's retarded. So we're going to cut some spacers when we find out how thick it is from where it's going to be to the where a clip goes in. So we're going to measure that wall area there and make a spacer for it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to need two 7mm spacers to split this evenly. Alright, let me get to that. We'll cut this tube on the lathe and get to the next part. I think we're going to do that just below 8mm. Looks good. Well, smooth. Not bad. Alright, so got our second one. Alright, so I just put the first one in. I tapped it in with a little shoe hammer and the stock pin. So now what I'm going to do is put that in, like so, and hopefully we got it deep enough to retain it. Otherwise I'll have to put it in a little more. Let's see. It looks like it's good. This could be a little bit of a challenge to get the clip in. Look at that. Nice deal. Alright. That looks good. We'll put this in and make sure it's seated. Alright. That is in there and seated good. Look at that. Nice. Alright. Alright, so that's pretty tight right there. It will go in, it's just very close.
Maybe we'll hit it with some sandpaper. Oh yeah, that is a tight fit though. Maybe we'll just hit it with some like 800 grit sandpaper for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, hit this with a little bit of sandpaper quick. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's still tight, but loose enough to get in and out now. Alright. Whew. Now, let's hopefully get this in right. Oh, crap. We're gonna do a read in this too, aren't we? Well, we're not gonna put this all the way in then. Nice though. That really feels solid. But we're not going to put that in yet because I want to put the top on it. I want to see where all that's at too. And I still got to do a window in this.
Alright, so this worked out really freaking well. I'm going to show you guys something. I got the piston up in there. And this is just, I don't even have the gasket on it yet. Look at, do you see where it, I am at the dead top. You can see it, the liner just off. That's amazing. The top dead center. So I probably got like 0.5 millimeters of squish sitting there, honestly, or less. So by the time I put the gasket and shit, that should be the bomb right there. So anyways, I just had to show you guys that because that's freaking 1 in a million right there. But it's beautiful. Alright.
Alright guys, so I got the pin, got the bearing. Make sure that goes to the back. Alright, we wind up. Yes, we are. Nice, that's going in. Let's tap this in. There. Oh, I believe this is gonna do it. Got this all right? Back in. Make sure it's seated. Oh, we got this. This is beautiful. Put that in. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's how you do it. Nice. So that one, I made a copy of one of those MS380 piston conversion things. And that's how I did it. I've never done one before. That's the first one. And I didn't know how this was all going to play out. But that's it. We in? We're fully seated. Fully seated. Check that out, guys. That's it. Nice. This feels solid as shit. Alright, so that is done. Let's put a little bit of oil on these. Get them all lubed out, a little bit in here. Alright. Take the top one. This is going to be a compressor one. Oh yeah. This is like the MS460. I'm going to have to, oh shit. This one has bevels. Check that out. Nice. The MS460 I did not have a bevel. Which means you gotta use a ring compressor. There we go. Oh, I almost had it. Wow, these are small rings. Okay, there's one. Okay. Where's ring 2 at? Alright, that looks decent. Come on. There we go. Nice. Nice. Alright. Now, I gotta get some screws fixed up for this, and I'll be freaking tired. Alright. Let's see what we got. Alright. There we go. Oop. Alright. Very little bit, see it? Alright, so we're gonna measure it. Give me 1 minute. So, I'm gonna do the normal of this. Hold on a sec. We're at 0.053. 0.37. So I need a half a millimeter to get where I want. I have no gasket on this. So once I put the gasket maker material in there, I'll let it dry overnight and then tighten it down, and I bet we get the 0.5. What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. So that would be 0.87. So yeah, if I put the gasket material, I can get somewheres in that ballpark. So that's not bad. So it's 0.37 with no gasket. So I'm gonna have to get about 0.3 millimeters, 0.4 millimeters, somewheres in there for gasket material. Not bad.
So I took the mill apart, went through everything, the computer. In the back there's another whole array of stuff. So anyways, I went through the whole damn thing. My coolant fan for one of the drivers died. So figured it out, the driver overheated. But yeah, there's some fans, big 120 millimeter fans, and one of the driver's fans died. So I just swapped that out, replaced it. Tomorrow, I'm still figuring out how I want to do it, but I got some aluminum, and we're going to take that and make an intake, and I'm going to make an exhaust flange too. So we'll stay tuned for that. We'll get that going. I believe we got a runner. That thing had perfect squish for what I was aiming for, and I didn't do any of the screwy stuff everyone always says. So anyways, I'm going to dry all this crap off, clean it up, and get it ready for tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. But, oh yeah, I gotta get this before we rust. Alright, peace.
With every DIY project, please use common sense and be safe. If you're not up to the task for a build like this, then find a person that can help you or don't do it. It's not a fun hobby if you're already dead from building it.